All right, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. Look at that beast. Is this not like when you look at a Cromwell with rockets sticking off the sides of it? I don't know, man. Like, the thing just looks like an absolute monster. So we've got this in the Wyvern. We'll talk about the Wyvern in a little bit. Also, if you haven't seen it, I've got a giveaway going on for Total War Warhammer, which is a game I've been streaming the crap out of lately. We'll also be streaming War Thunder tomorrow and Thursday, so make sure to follow me on twitch.tv/BaronVonGamez to be a part of that. It should be a lot of fun. So now back to the Cromwell with the rockets. Since you guys got your streaming and your giveaway news in, now it's time for the War Thunder news. So in War Thunder update 1.59, Gaijin is adding several tanks armed with anti-tank guided missiles at once, one for each nation. On top of that, they're continuing to work on tanks with unguided rockets. So today's hero is the British Cromwell Rp3, armed with aircraft rockets. The success of multiple rocket launchers and experiments with installing unguided rocket launchers on tanks could not fail to catch the interest of British tank designers. In 1946, British engineers performed an experiment with aircraft rockets on a Cromwell tank, installing 4 immobile rocket rails on a welded frame. As we can see right here, in beastly fashion, with the help of some clumsy fixtures, standard aviation rockets were mounted on these rails. They were designed to destroy submarines and ships when fired from the air, but in practice were widely used during assaults on ground targets. And so the Cromwell Rp3 was born, an experimental rocket-equipped tank, which unfortunately was outdated as soon as soon as it was created. Although the tank had no place in the Cold War, the rocket-equipped Cromwell is most welcome in War Thunder, the first and so far only tank with unguided rockets in the British tech tree. This vehicle is sure to find fans among the players. The tank had just one flaw. Its rockets can be aimed only by turning the tank's turrets, since its rails are immobile. The tank's advantages are everything else. 4 semi-armor piercing rockets, the same as those used on the Hurricane Mark IIB fighter, cause extremely heavy and sometimes deadly damage to any opponent at the tank's rank. So it seems like what it said right there was basically got me thinking that it'll be good at damaging, but not killing. That's what it said, Baron. Yeah, but like, think about that. There are other tank rockets knock out a tank right away. So there's that. But the Cromwell is a pretty sweet tank. Nice, mobile, pretty fast-firing gun, and pretty quick on its wheels, on its tracks there. So all things considered, this thing could be pretty fun to ambush people with and just, fire all the rockets at the same time, or basically in quick succession, because you're not going to have the Panzerwerfer rockets or the RBT-5 rockets, which can knock things out in one fell swoop. So since the rockets are hard to aim and there are only 4 of them, the rocket-equipped Cromwell battle rating will be the same as the standard tank, at least when the update is released. So that's kind of cool. The rockets aren't extremely powerful, and they may not knock them out, and you can't really aim them very well, but you have the same battle rating as the regular Cromwell. So for tankers experienced with the Cromwell, who know all of its strengths and weaknesses, these aircraft rockets will be an excellent addition for destroying enemy tanks. Yep. Look at this thing, man. Like, the rails look like just jagged teeth. And then, spitting venom as far as, the rockets right off the sides of this thing. It's going to be interesting to see. And someone kind of humorously pointed out yesterday when I was covering the Jagdpanzer with the ATGMs that it was like when the IT-1 came out, which is based off the T-62 chassis, I was like, oh, man, I don't know about this. This thing looks a little scary. I'm not really sure how I feel about ATGMs. And then I saw kind of like the more derpy version, which is the German ATGM. And I was like, oh, this thing looks fun. So clearly I have a penchant for the ridiculous, the silly, and the unique. And this thing definitely kind of fits all of those. It should be a lot of fun to drive. And they may decide, later, actually, we might need to up the BR just because people have found how to use these rockets pretty well, or even though you have to use the turret and the rails don't move, people have gotten accurate with them. But they didn't really say if this was premium or not. I can only assume it will be premium. But we got another little Cube video, so that's always good, all well and good. But now we've got another devlog today. We've got 2 devlogs. We had 2 devlogs yesterday, and we've got 2 today. This one is the Westland Wyvern, the turboprop dragon. It looks gorgeous. I think this is just an amazing looking plane. The twin props at the front make it look really cool. You can see it carrying lots of rockets underneath, and I'm pretty sure those are the same rockets. Not the same rockets, but about the same payload probably. So the Westland Wyvern was the first series-produced combat aircraft in the world equipped with a turboprop engine. It will also be the first of its kind in War Thunder as a premium vehicle. So, welcome to the Premium Wyvern. Meet the new addition to the game, one of the most extraordinary carrier-borne aircraft in history. But what about the F-18 Tomcat and what about that for one of the most one of the best carrier-borne aircraft? So, back to relevant matters. The Westland Wyvern was actively developed at the end of the Second World War. The immediately noticeable distinctive features of this aircraft are its unusual appearance and 2 Contra rotating propellers, but that's far from everything that makes it stand out from its contemporaries. This aircraft is equipped with a turboprop engine, which provides an impressive weight lifting ability. Finally, it is armed with 4 20mm cannons, so you can blaze while eating Cheetos, which automatically make it dangerous opponent to any opponent unlucky enough to become its target. Sometimes, I wonder if they have a English as a first language person writing these dev blogs. But you can definitely tell that the videos and pictures are gorgeous, so maybe that's where they put their time and effort. Due to the originality and unusualness of its design, development of the aircraft dragged on for a long time. The first prototype took to the skies in 1946, but series production of the Wyvern didn't start until 1953. Late for the Korean War, the carrier-borne plane managed to take part in the battles of the Suez Crisis. I wrote a paper on that in high school. 13 pages. It was actually an interesting conflict. What the heck was going on? Nonetheless, the combat history of this aircraft does not stand out as one of variety and depth. That said, in War Thunder, the Wyvern has every chance to prove itself all over again. The chief advantage of this turboprop aircraft is its flexibility. Apart from its fantastic frontal cannons, the full 20s for you to blaze with, the aircraft can also be armed with torpedoes, bombs, or impressive rockets. With a complement of 16 rockets, the Wyvern will be a deciding force in mixed battles in War Thunder. So you're driving your tank along and 16 rockets ruin your day. If you come across a Wyvern in RB tanks, you're going to have a bad time. Naturally, even the most unusual vehicles in the game have their weaknesses. Paradoxically enough, for the Westland Wyvern, it is speed. The aircraft has trouble flying faster than 380 miles per hour or 611 kilometers per hour and can only manage that at low altitudes. A peculiarity of the Python engine is that at higher altitudes, its power drops catastrophically. Apart from that, it has no defensive weaponry, so it is recommended to avoid letting anyone get on your 6. So basically what that tells me is this thing is most definitely a ground attacker, and it's not going to be very fast or maneuverable, but you're going to have an incredible payload. So even though you've got 2 contra-rotating props in a turboprop engine, the thing's going to be slow because it's going to be able to carry big ordnance. So for mixed battles, it should probably find its place with regards to ground attack, and in plane battles, you're being able to carry bombs, torpedoes, or rockets should make you a rather versatile attacker. But at first glance, when I first see a contra-rotating prop and a turboprop, I'm thinking this thing's going to be fast. But it's premium, so I'm kind of curious. I think people might be inclined to get it just off the uniqueness of it. And it is cool that, like, you can see in one of these pictures the the wings folded up on a carrier, but I don't think we can do that yet. I think the extent is putting down landing gear and opening the cockpit in many aircrafts. I mean, there still needs to be some bomber cockpits, right? But we'll get to that when we get to Bomber 2.0 patch. So this was the Wyvern, and we got to see the beast itself, that Cromwell, the Cromwell Rp3. And that thing looks pretty exciting to me. Although I haven't touched my Sherman Calliope in a while, maybe I should. So anyway, I just want to remind you once again that War Thunder 1.59, it sounds like it's on its way, guys. We've got 2 devlogs yesterday. We had 2 devlogs today. Who knows if we'll get 2 devlogs tomorrow and the next day. But do know that I will be streaming War Thunder on Wednesday and Thursday this week, basically tomorrow and the next day. I'd love for you guys to come on and check it out and join the community. We're going to be doing some fun stuff, custom battles, and it's just going to be a good old time. And also that there's a giveaway going on in the Total War Warhammer video where we've got the Katyusha rocket launchers, basically, the Hellstorm rocket batteries versus steam tanks, which are pretty cool, and I'm having a lot of fun. Now that I've got 2 games that I can sink a lot of time in, it's really helped me mentally, because like if you only have one thing to do, it eventually, like I feel like you gotta spice it up a bit, right? So between Warhammer and War Thunder, I have been very, very entertained. I've got this new energy to me, and as a result, I've put that into streaming. So I hope you guys will come on out to the stream, and I'll see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching.